Hey everybody, welcome to our home. I wanted to give you a little tour of the Christmas decorations that we've done. Everything's not quite finished. I'll do some more greenery, but I like to wait until a little further into December before I put the greenery up because I don't like it to get dry and fall all over the place. So we're going to start in this room, and this house was built in 1929, so it's getting really old. It's almost 100 years old, which is kind of exciting. So it's a little quirky and the rooms are a little weird. They're very small and there are lots of them, which must have been a thing back then, I don't know. But anyway, we call this the parlor, and I know that sounds kind of stuffy, but we just didn't know what else to call it because we have so many living spaces in this house. So I really haven't done a whole lot in this room. I have some Santas and nutcrackers on the mantle, and that's just hopefully my grandsons are gonna love that. They haven't seen everything yet. And I love to have the fires going, and I love to have candles lit in every room. And this room is just so cozy and nice, and I feel like it's a great wintertime room. So we live in here a lot during the winter and sit by the fire. So we're gonna move on to the next room, and that's really where it looks like Christmas. The Christmas tree is in here, and this is the first year that we haven't had a huge baby grand piano in this room that took up way too much space, and I've hated it forever. So finally we don't have the piano anymore, so we put the Christmas tree in the corner where the piano is, and all of these ornaments there are hundreds of Christopher Radko ornaments, and we've collected them over the years. We've been collecting for 28 years, and then they're really great memories. This is my daughter Rebecca when she was in kindergarten, and so I love to have a tree that has good memories and handmade ornaments and things that have some significance. And I don't have a whole lot of room for presents this year, so I'm afraid that half of the room is going to be taken up by the time I finish wrapping and shopping. But anyway, that's our tree. And also I want to tell you one thing that we did. This year we put one strand or maybe two strands of twinkling lights. My husband did all of this, and I think this is our prettiest tree ever. But so we've just got a little bit of twinkle, and we used amber lights and clear lights. So I think it gives it a warmth that just the clear lights don't give it. So anyway, moving on, we've got a fire in this fireplace, and I've just filled this bowl with some ornaments again that have been collected over the years. And then we have a little sunroom. I told you we have lots of living spaces. So this room is one of my favorites because it isn't really decorated. It just kind of happened. Some things are old and they've just been collected. I know I keep saying that, but it's just the truth. We've had some of these things forever. And so this is a little tree. I got the tree last year and I found these vintage lights, and I just think they're so cute, little Santas, and I love them. And my grandsons love them. So cute little tree. And then, of course, that is a really good saying. I like that one. And then this little Santa is one that my daughter gave to my husband, I don't know how many years ago, but it was vintage when she bought it. It has a music box inside. He looks kind of like Wicked Santa, but it's very sweet. So we're going to move right along. You can see I've the mantle decorated outside. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's cold today. So moving into the dining room, and I have the candles lit and some reindeer on the table. I like to add something contemporary because this house can look really stuffy and traditional if I don't throw in a few contemporary things. So the bowl and the reindeer, I think, give this room a little bit of a contemporary feel. The wallpaper is original to the house, and it is, oh my goodness, I've forgotten the name of it. It's hand-blocked in France, Zubair. Anyway, it's really old, and the same paper is hanging in the White House. And actually, there were two more walls that were covered in this wallpaper when the house was built, and someone took them down, took the wallpaper down. So we just have one wall left, but it needs a little work, but I'm never gonna take it down. And I just have a big vase of winterberry holly. And last night at 10:30, I was polishing silver, so everything will look pretty for the video. We have an old telephone stand because when the house was built, the telephone, I guess, was right here and probably a party line. So I just always put a candle in there. I don't know what else to do with it. And then this is just our little entry. It's not a big entry. Some old houses have a huge entry, but I just have some Christmas trees and some ornaments that I've had for years. And again, some winterberry holly because I think it's gorgeous and very festive. Yeah, I could go on forever. Let me show you one more thing that I really like. This is our little side entry, and this wallpaper is a really traditional print, and it has a little bit of glitter in it. And I got tired of looking at it, even though I still love the wallpaper, so I wallpapered the ceiling in pink. And I just think it turned out great, and I love for people to look up and say, oh, your ceiling is pink. And I love a ceiling that's painted, and I don't know if you noticed in the rest of the rooms, but all the ceilings were painted. This one is gold, and we still have a lot to do, and I'm ready to start changing things up. So that'll be on the blog this year, hopefully. So this is an old day bed or trundle bed that storage has been added to, so I have all kinds of goodies under here, but I just love this bench in the entry, and I think all the red pillows give it a very festive feel. So here we go. All right, so now we're going into our den, and the stockings aren't hung because we also hang those at the last minute, and then the next morning they're filled, and that's a lot of fun. So I just have put a few little touches in here because, I don't know, I just didn't think it needed very much. Just some Christmas trees here, and then this is a little bar area. This one, we moved in, this had a huge television in it, and you know, televisions aren't huge anymore, so we took the television out and made this little nook a bar, and I just love how it turned out. So we have all of our bar essentials here. I just added a little Christmas tree. And yeah, guests can make a drink and watch TV or walk around the house. So this room is probably one of my favorite too. I like the rooms that are really light filled. And this room is our breakfast room. This is the bar cart that I've decorated for Christmas, and I hung a pretty little pine cone wreath with artificial pears above it, and then the little Christmas trees. I think they're so cute, and candy canes. My grandson calls them candy canes, and my grandson calls them candy cans. So ready for champagne, and again, I like to have several bars set up, especially for a party, and then people can just help themselves. So if I had a party, I would have an ice bucket here and just make it a little more ready to serve yourself. But so that's this room. So last stop is the kitchen, and this room is neater than it normally is because this is where everything gets dumped right here on the kitchen counter. But my grandsons are coming over in a little while, and we're gonna sit in the bed and eat popcorn. So I have the popcorn all ready and just some little Christmas trees in the corner. And again, I will put up a few more festive things, some wreaths and fresh things, but I'm waiting just so they don't dry out. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of our home, and Merry Christmas.